We just got the biggest crossover ever that nobody was really expecting, but it is a massively big deal in the world of gaming. If you didn't know, with gaming and specifically with game development, there are just basically two huge game engines, and that is Unity and Unreal. They have historically and naturally been rivals. They really are competing in the long run, so naturally they don't really help each other out. They are different platforms, they do their own thing, and well, end of story. Except for today, or I think yesterday technically, but it really blew up today. So basically, Unity was having a very big conference, a showcase, and the CEO right here, Matthew Bromberg, was on stage talking. So again, yeah, head honcho of Unity right there, and then all of a sudden, in WWE fashion, the music cuts, and well, not really, but just all of a sudden, out comes Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Unreal. And he's also, by the way, the CEO of Epic Games. Obviously, they make Fortnite, we all know that. But yes, this was completely bizarre. People weren't expecting it, but here they are right there on stage. It was really just for a few minutes, but they talked about a huge crossover. Basically, these companies are now going to work together in a few different ways here. The main takeaway is that Unity-made games are now going to be able to run inside of Fortnite, believe it or not. Then the other thing is that Unreal Engine developers will now have access to Unity's commerce tools. And this is basically finance stuff. This is money stuff. This means more developers are going to have more choice, and it's going to be a broader selection when it comes to selling games across different platforms. So this happened, and yes, it was just a gigantic, huge deal. We got this post right here from Unreal Engine, and that is the Unity and Epic Games kind of crossover. They're talking about it. Unity had this post right here. Yeah, just kind of all fun and games, I guess. The funny thing is that a lot of people are taking away from this that this is a Unity and Epic Games crossover, and it is, but I think the bigger deal here is that this is a Unity and Unreal Engine crossover. That is a much bigger deal. So then we got this post right here on Unreal Engine's website, and I have linked this in the description. It's not extremely lengthy, but this came out today, and it says Unity and Epic Games together advance the open, interoperable future for video gaming. So it kind of talks about this a bit. Not a very big post, but we got the first half right here. Again, the main takeaway, Unity games are going to be able to be ported, I guess, into Fortnite. And then right here is the second half. They kind of talk about how this is making the internet kind of like just like the old days, where companies would work together, things would flow together, things would work together. Nothing was really just like closed off in terms of separate companies that are kind of doing the same thing. This is huge for a lot of things, and overall, I see this as a huge W for basically everybody. For developers, this is just going to mean that you're going to have your game be available to a lot more players. Fortnite is it's pretty big. They said there are over 500 million registered accounts on Fortnite. Tim Sweeney even said that 40% of the gameplay of Fortnite nowadays is not even the core game or any of the game modes made by Epic Games. It's just third-party games. I think with something like this, that number is going to drastically increase, that percentage. Fortnite is going to become way more than just a battle royale. I mean, it already is, but it is going to be to the point where the battle royale is just kind of, yeah, it's just one small part of the overall way bigger picture. And I think that for the industry, this is also overall just a huge, massive W. This is just a gigantic step forward toward a more open ecosystem, kind of similar to what we are getting nowadays with Xbox and kind of PlayStation, being more open to publishing their games on other consoles and at least PC, not being as closed doors as maybe what they used to be. You know, oh, Halo is only going to be on Xbox, God of War is only going to be on PlayStation, nothing's going to be on anything else, not even PC. Yeah, things are getting into a more open ecosystem, so it is crazy to see that for the two biggest engines in the game development scene right now, it's crazy to see that they are also addressing this whole open ecosystem thing. Like I said, huge W, and I'm very, very excited to see where this is going to take us.